Well, it is that time of year again, CoastLife. Time for some Halloween crafts. If you've been a fan of CoastLife since day one, you may remember the Halloween crafts of last year, the days of yore, the painful days of the Halloween crafts. But they were fun to make, and Paige and I are not really the arts and crafts experts. So Lauren Hitch is filling in this week while Paige is off, and you are somewhat of an arts and crafts queen.
I try.
Yes,
I try.
The goddess of arts and crafts. So
I loved crafting for like a long time with my mom and everything. She's a teacher, so she's always had a classroom full of students. So we've always come up with ideas. And now that I have a kid of my own, you got to get creative on rainy days.
You do. You got to get creative, and if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, the arts and crafts, it gets your kids' brain working without a screen. So these really are, there is a point to doing arts and crafts here with us on CoastLife, and it's just to give you a few ideas, especially if you are, as the weather turns colder and you're looking for something to do with the kids that's not watch a movie, not watch TV. We've got some fun crafts for you, especially Halloween-themed ones. So, Lauren, what do you have for us today?
So today we're going to be using popsicle sticks and spider rings, which were always a favorite of mine.
A classic, can't go wrong.
Yes, and we're going to be making some little spider decor just out of yarn.
Oh, fun.
I like to make crafts out of things that I already have. I have a craft cart in our spare room, or it's my kids' playroom, but it's taken over. But I just am always like, oh, what do I have? It's because he has a lot of projects from school too that we get to do things with. So I'm like, what do I have? So I knew I had popsicle sticks, right? We've got your all natural colored popsicle sticks. So you can paint them white, which is what we did. You can leave them, the wooden color that they are.
Sure.
Someone on mine painted them like sparkly.
Oh, fun.
Like glitter paint, so it's totally up to you. Yes. So all I did was just paint them white with paint that I had. I just used a little foam brush.
Okay.
And I just painted them really easily on parchment paper so that they didn't stick.
Smart.
Flip them over, paint the other side. Do you have to paint the other side? No, because you're not going to see it.
No one's going to see the other side.
So we painted
Lauren's just a perfectionist.
I am. So we painted the popsicle sticks, and then what you're going to do is you're going to glue them together. So all we did was place a small dab of glue, which you can just use Elmer's.
Okay.
So we'll do that right now.
Perfect.
So you just need 3.
All right.
Now if you use the big ones, I do have some bigger spiders. So if you didn't want to use the spider rings, you could go big.
Okay, so we're going sort of like a classic snowflake shape, if you will.
So I kind of made one a little more, and then like that. So then you would just use a little glue. And don't use a lot. I mean, you can use hot glue or regular glue for this. And you don't want to use a lot because then it's going to just squish out the sides of the popsicle stick.
Yeah.
So yes, Leah's a pro now. I loved watching the segments from.
Well, after a year of making a huge mess on the CoastLife couch, you learn to use less glue is better.
Less glue is sometimes better for sure.
Less is more.
Especially with little kiddos doing it too. They're just like, glue, Yeah. Glue sticks are always fun when you actually get to use those versus the liquid glue, But so you're just gonna put a little dot of glue on each one.
All right.
And you would let that kind of stick for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've already got
let that dry.
Done. So then they would look like this. Yes. So nice. So this is the base of our web, right?
Okay.
And then I've got some white yarn, which again, who doesn't have colored yarn?
Right.
And all kinds of extra stuff laying around their house. So I just cut them out pretty, maybe 6 foot or 3, 6. Just depends. These are pretty small.
Yeah.
So the first step with your string is you're going to just tie a knot kind of around the center. So I usually just run some string under there, lay it flat, and then you just tie a knot. And that's just going to be to hold.
You said around the center?
String in place. Yep, just right around the center.
I'm cheating, all right?
And that's just going to kind of give you an anchor in a way for your yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now you'll see where that's going through the center part of the one. So then what I'd do is I'd go around and make sure we got a good strong hold and go around the center parts of all of them. So then you'll have one little 6.
Gotcha.
Center, yeah. And now the trick here, as we're just going to be making the webbing all the way around the popsicle sticks. So the trick is when you start going around, make sure you're seeing the webbing go across, because if you look at the back side of one that's done, you can see that it just looks like it's just flat. So it's just flat strings all the way around, kind of like a spiral.
Okay.
So you want it to look like that web shape. So want to make sure that your strings are going across versus the back of it, which is just going to look the one way. So all you do is you just go around, leave a little space, but keep it
go around
close.
1 or 2 at a time? One at a time?
Just one. Yep, just one, and then you'll go up to the go to the next one.
Aha.
Yep. Perfect.
I'm learning.
Yep.
like that.
Nope. So you'll just. So
I'm
no,
not
you're
learning.
fine. You're fine. You said I'm not learning. So you're just wrapping around once. Go to the next one, wrap around once. Go to the next one. Sometimes I do this to my Christmas tree because I like all the lights. So on my Christmas tree when I'm decorating, I go around the limbs multiple times. My husband's like, why is there so many lights on that one? I'm like, don't worry about it. I like it. So yeah, so you'll just keep going around.
Now we're to like, this is the relaxing part where Paige always is like, this is so relaxing.
Yeah. So and again, just leave a little space, but you're just gonna go around each one. And again, you're just making the web. I think it takes spiders a pretty long time to make the web.
I think so, yeah. They work hard, those spiders.
They've got a good craft going on.
Yeah, it gives you a little slightly new appreciation. So Charlotte's Web always does that for you, you know?
Right. So now you can go all the way around, right? Mm-hmm. Or like this guy, we just left no string. But say you wanted to hang these. I feel like a lot of times when I do crafts, it's like, can I also decorate with these, right? Hang from your mantle or something like that. So you could totally just tie it off there and let it not have a string, or you can leave your string hanging off to leave it a little higher. And then you get to pick out a fun little ring.
Heck yeah.
You know, and you can attach it to it. There's a purple one for you.
Yeah, thanks.
And you can just kind of hook this guy on.
Yeah.
And then he's just hanging there.
Oh, cute.
Yes, that's perfect. So if you get the kiddos to just sit down and make a bunch of them, you can hang them across maybe like your double doors.
Yeah, you got a little garland. Yeah. Cute.
That'd be so cute.
Oh, that's so much fun, and it is so easy. And
so
like you said,
easy, yeah.
I think you let your glue dry or the paint or whatever, or you just go to town without painting the sticks. Either way, you've got a fun, easy.
And if you want a big one, just big popsicle sticks.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And I think this is, just because it's not the easiest for me, it doesn't mean your kids won't figure it out. Well, Lauren, thank you for coming in and teaching us this craft today. We'll have more Halloween crafts for you all week long on CoastLife, and maybe you can take these home to your kids or your grandkids and have a little fun with it. And if you do any of these crafts, send us some pictures. We want to see you join in and all the fun. But so we'll let you get crafting. We got to take a quick break, but there's a little bit more CoastLife when we get back.